Hey everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how to use the cute Gnome stamp and die set with my new Explosion box card. This one's adorable, so it'll be all flat in the envelope. Again, these are samples, so I do add a lot of dimension, but I'm using these as my Christmas cards, so I will pop these into box envelopes. And then when they take it out, it kind of already starts to move. They will know what to do, and as soon as they push it, you can see it locks into place there, and then you can just lift that up if they want to. And then you have this gorgeous box card. I think it is wonderful. Absolutely love this one. So let me show you how to make it. After this, I'm doing no more gnomes. I've done autumnal gnomes, we've got all season gnomes, and you've got festive gnomes. So I am all gnomed out now. I was never going to have them in the made to surprise collection, but so many people ask. So now you've got your festive gnomes. And what's nice about these ones is you've got all these extra additions, so you can create whatever face you want. You can see they've all got no faces, and sometimes you might want to have them as no faces. That looks quite sweet as well. And they've also got these little additions here, which are their hands. So you see there's a little hand there holding a bag, a little hand holding some holly and berries. This is two hands holding snowballs, a hand holding Christmas lights, two hands holding a gift, and then a hand holding a sack of presents there. You've also then got your dies. Again, in all the sets, you've got your dies down this side, which will give you all the different foliage and a couple of bows, and then you've got some fun puns as well. So this is the new mechanism if this is the first tutorial that you're finding, but do check out the playlist because I will be adding all 4 of the tutorials into there. So you want to first of all die cut your big die here. Okay, all of this will go through a standard die machine, so you don't need a large one, but you've got your main kind of base part there for the box. Run that through. If you don't have an extender plate, just tape it down and then pass it through so it can cut a proportion of it, and then shift it along your plates and then run it through again. Okay, so I've got my piece here, and you'll see you've got all your mats and layers inside as well. So using my new paper pad, which I love, this is the Christmas Exploding paper pad, which is launched with the collection. You've got all your festive designs there, but they're really small, so they're perfect for your backgrounds. And I'm going to be using this gorgeous one here with the holly, and I've coloured all of my images to match with these designs. So I'm going to pop that one there, there, and there. Obviously 2 of these will be on the back, so if you want somewhere to write your message, then I would just leave one of them plain, and then you've got your space. You also get these dies here, and you'll see they'll be like this. You'll have this on the left side and this on the right hand side, and then you've got your little tabs because they will fit around the mechanism piece inside. So this one, you've got mats and layers. You can see I've got them here, one here and one here, and then you've got your mats and layers for those as well. So that's all ready. Next you want to take these 2. Now this is your main panel, your main kind of piece in the middle for you to build up your decoration. So you may only just want this one. You don't have to add these. These are extras to allow you to have more detail at the front. You can also have another one of these at the back as well, so if you just want to create a bit more depth. So you're going to have your box so that the join is at the back. That's how I've been doing it. You might choose to do yours differently. Once you see how these go together, you can change a few of the sequences and you'll still get the same effect, but mine's going to join at the back like so. So you want to take this one. I've cut all of this on a 220 GSM cardstock. So I haven't used 300 GSM yet, but you can do, but obviously it'd be very, very bulky, but this weight's fine. So you can see I've just added my glue there. You're going to fold that tab over, and then you're going to butt it up to this fold here. Just close it up. Just make sure that it's all hidden inside. Okay, so you can see how that one's stuck in there. You might want to open it this way and then fold it so it's just stuck within that square. So there'll be a few ways that some of you will choose to put it all together. Then this one here, I'm going to add, usually I use my quick grab, I use the construction glue on that other one. Just going to run the glue again all the way down that tab. Again, just fold that in. And this one you're going to do in the opposite, so it'll be on this fold here. You want to bring it up so it's flush, down a little bit, so it's hidden. There we go. You can see it's just up from the bottom there. So that one is flush with the bottom. This one's just slightly lifted. What you will do is you'll fold this one down and it will slot through. And as soon as it goes through there, that pops up, and now it's locked it now in place. Okay, and then you can seal the back. And when you pinch it there, you'll feel it's really strong, but that is locked in place. So make sure your glue's dry. Done that a bit too soon. And you'll see that the width of this is the width, when that all comes together, it fits in that space perfectly. And then to just flatten it again, you just need to push that flat and then just bring it out like so. Okay, so just leave it like that for the minute, 'cause then we're going to now add this one, which is our front panel. Fold and burnish all of the score lines. Do that on all of these, I should have mentioned that. You're going to pop this in here, and you want where the curves are, it's going to line up with the edge of this piece. Can you see it's just sitting up to there? And then you're going to add your glue. And then you're going to sit this in here so that the middle of this arch kind of sits in the middle. I'm just kind of pinching that together. It's probably easier if I flip it over. You want that to be flush with the bottom, like so. And then again, just move that. Tab size here is the same height as this piece. And then just make sure that lines up. I always say with these, you know, any of my dies, just do like a template. So just cut everything in like a white card or just a cardstock maybe you don't really use a lot, and just get used to how it all goes together. But can you see how that will lie flat? But then when it comes around into that corner, see it's got that movement, and it will just bring it like so. So now you can pop that one in there. Again, bring that round so it locks in. And now we can attach the back. So you've got something like this. So you might want to just keep it like this. What I would say is just make it, you know, flatten it. So just push that so it goes under, and decorate it this way, because that way you can see how big you're going to need for your envelope. So if you want this to go into obviously 6x6, you can see now you've got room to have overhang here. And obviously once the arch is up, you can have overhang there as well, but you'll have more things that you can overhang into this area. So I'm just going to pop mine back again like so. And now I'm going to attach my arch. So I've cut 2 or 3, I can't remember. This was a heavier weight. This was like the old Lidl cardstock. This is your arch here. So I've cut 2 of them. And depending on how low down you stick this, you can have it obviously to fit in a 6x6 envelope, or if you want it taller like that one, that will go into a 6x8 envelope. Again, I think I'm probably going to do these big because they're samples, although I am using these as my Christmas cards as well. So just use your ruler, and you can see there a little bit high, so it's just going to, I mean, you can make it taller if you want. That looks pretty good, so I'm just going to lay that down flat again. And now I can decorate it. So you've got these ones here. Add some glue onto the back. You're going to have your small tabs will both be facing to the front corner there. So that one will sit in and stick behind there. Again, these are optional. It looks so pretty, so cute. And then that one in there. Again, you can see how they will all flatten down, like so. And then in the set, you get these lovely leaves and all the foliage. If I just bring out all what I've done, I've added little berries, so just little enamel dots onto this one here. And then I need to stamp the faces, so I'll show you how to do that in a second, and decide what I want them to be holding. They don't have to be holding anything. You can leave them as they are. I mean, that looks fine. It's just as if her hands were behind her hair. But you can see, like, for example, that one. If I sit that on there, pop a little bit of foam behind. But it looks really cute. And then I've just cut a couple of those as well. And what I want to do with this, I've got the bow there, is have these. So some of them I flipped over, just so I've got them in both orientations. But I want to have this all cascading down. Those that side. I've inked them all up as well. Some distressed inks. But I want to disguise the arch. Something like that. Then feed in the kind of berries. Again, I've just flipped some like so. I want them kind of around by the bow. You can see how sweet the bow looks. And then we've got the toadstools. These are all going to build up on this section. And then I've coloured my gnomes. All the other images there, all to match the papers here. But I just wanted to stamp a couple of the faces with you. I've left those plain. So in this stamp set, you see they're just down the side here. So let's do this one here. Smiley face for her. You've also got your ephemera, so you can see there how they look. So I'm just going to pop that one. I didn't want to get my head in the way, but I've just got her in there. Just got that in there. And then, like I said, add the little presents or leave it without, but you can see how it looks with that one, or maybe the bag be like that, or the Christmas lights like that. Got the little bag like so just have some fun, just play around with them. You've got the holly there as well. they will all work. So I'm going to get the rest of their faces stamped, and I'm going to get all of this stuck down and decorated, and then I'll show you at the end. So there is the card all finished. I think this one is adorable. I love all of the foliage, all of the gnomes together there. Dear Santa, it was the gnome. You got your space on the back to write your message. I love the berries as well. I think that looks really cool. And then to pop it in the envelope, you see there, just make sure that goes under, like so. There we go. And that will all go flat and go in your envelope. And then when they take it out, it kind of already starts to go into that shape, and you'll see it will just slot back in again. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial from me today, and just one example of using the gnome set there. All the others, like I said, will be in that playlist as I, upload them. And yeah, see what other things you've got in your stash as well, because this explosion box will work with pretty much anything. So it's a great one for all occasions, all year round. Drop me a comment if you've enjoyed today, and give me a thumbs up as well, because it really does help out the channel. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.